Thank you for joining me in this update on our campaign for liberty. Your support and enthusiasm has far surpassed all my expectations. Much good has been accomplished this past year. The number of volunteers, the hours of work, the large number of donors, and the magnificent funds raised confirms a grassroots support for our cause that was just waiting to be energized. I was never apathetic, but I admit to being skeptical at the beginning of the campaign. Though victory in the conventional political sense is not available in the presidential race, many victories have been achieved due to your hard work and enthusiasm. For that, I am deeply grateful and encouraged. We must remember elections are short-term efforts. Revolutions are long-term projects. But even with the past year's achievements, we're still in the early stages of bringing about the changes that this revolution is all about. The most significant achievement of our months of dedicated efforts has been the degree to which the message of liberty has spread throughout the country and in some ways around the world. The reception by the younger generation has been astounding. The number of older Americans that were familiar with the Constitution and what real freedom is all about turned out to be much larger than I had imagined. Though surprised, I also knew that counting the remnant of true believers in a society that is slipping into chaos is not possible. A cadre of hardcore believers is the key to success. The total numbers and percentages are less important. Let us hope that we can one day look back and say that this campaign was a significant first step that signaled a change in direction for our country. Our job now is to plan for the next phase. As was the case in the campaign, this continued effort will logically continue to be a grassroots effort and not a top-down, rigidly controlled central operation. This does not mean that there won't be a unifying strategy and core beliefs that guide us in our planning. Most important will be the continued emphasis on the message. That message, simply put, is the message of human liberty. A more detailed outline of this message has now been put into book form, titled The Revolution, a Manifesto, and can be pre-ordered on Amazon.com. Those who are just joining in this effort, I'm sure, will welcome the discussion needed to understand and explain in a practical way why individual liberty, free markets, private property, sound money, and a non-interventionist foreign policy is the only system of government that best provides for the humanitarian needs of all the people. Yet other projects and tools of organizations must be considered. We in time will help those who are inclined to work within the political party system. Also, supporting the right candidates and getting credible individuals to become candidates for office at all levels of government is crucial. I already have a multi-candidate political action committee called the Liberty PAC in place, as well as the Free Foundation for educational purposes. Some may want only to be involved in furthering the understanding of history, the Constitution, and economic policies. Knowledge is crucial to all political movements. Though most politicians seem to have no philosophy or principles whatsoever, they nevertheless spout the cliches of the failed philosophy of totalitarianism and interventionism. This allows them to respond to the lobbyist and special interest dollars that move the political system in such a destructive manner. This is indeed a contest between two ideologies. Much of this can be done spontaneously via meetup groups and other organizations, but a centralized point for coordination and sharing of resources can be helpful and is essential. I am delighted to report the favorable results in the congressional race. Winning by 70% to 30% certainly verifies that the freedom message, when understood, will be strongly supported. The presidential campaign will soon wind down, but we do still encourage all effort to gain the maximum number of votes and delegates in all the remaining primaries and to continue the caucus process that's ongoing in the other states by loyal volunteers. I will continue to make every effort to visit any state where the enthusiasm for liberty exists. The campaign for freedom will continue in this new phase. For this, we will need the financial resources to continue. Let me give you an update on the proposed rally in D.C. I still like the idea of a national rally to demonstrate our strength and enthusiasm. However, my early reservations regarding the possible downside risk for the presidential campaign has been reinforced by logistical, legal, and practical reasons. For that reason, the presidential campaign will not be the organizer of any one event. If others are able to put it together in a dignified manner, and there are many quite capable of doing this, I will encourage it and, if practical, attend. I don't mind playing a key role in the revolution, but it has to be more than a Ron Paul revolution. I have always claimed this whole effort was much bigger than one individual. It looks to me like June 21st would be a good date for an event in D.C. The succeeding organization to the campaign will consider having a strategy convention to bring together the various leaders of each meetup group and any other organization associated with us. Also, training and educational meetings can be held regionally without a need to travel thousands of miles across the country. Let me close by saying that we live in dangerous and exciting times, and with world events changing rapidly, our efforts are all that much more important. An issue that I've been talking about for 30 years is now a key issue of the evening news. That is the dollar crisis and its economic ramifications. The money issue gives our movement credibility and a chance to offer sound solutions. At the rate our economy is slipping, we will likely see the disintegration of the American empire, and that will be no small event. Foreign policy will continue to be of crucial importance to all Americans as its burden on the economy will get worse. Both the economic and foreign policy issues are of crucial interest to all Americans, but in particular the young generation, since it is inheriting this mess. The young people are acutely aware of the burdens of runaway government and the ongoing effort to systematically undermine our civil liberties. As bad as it may seem and overwhelming the burden appears, today's events should be seen as a tremendous opportunity for us to change our country for the good. Let us all stick together in this great cause of liberty and show the love that we all share for our country and the Constitution. Thank you for joining in.